Hi, Team Catalyst. This is Adam Cohen coming to you from the Common Goods City Farm in Ledroit Park in Washington, D.C. If I want to grow my own tomatoes, lettuce, or sunflowers, I have to find a place like this, a place where I can access a small plot of land that gets ample sunlight and good soil. You see, I rent an apartment not far from here, where, like most of my neighbors, I don't have any outdoor space to call my own. Luckily, the city has designated this place and dozens of other places like it as community gardens. The concept of sharing resources is becoming more formalized. I use Capital Bike Share to take a bike that I don't own but share with thousands of others to get to this park. I could have also driven a car that I don't own, such as with Zipcar or Car2Go. And I'm recording this video on my iPhone, where Apple is storing the data and processing all the bits, bytes, and pixels in some cloud server farm way across the country. What does this mean for solar? The shared and community solar energy market is emerging thanks to landmark legislation in California, in Colorado, and in my home, Washington, D.C. This means that I can buy, rent, or lease solar panels from a large community garden on top of, say, the local high school or rec center, and the kilowatt hours generated get allocated to my apartment. Just like I get to eat the tomatoes from my plot of land at this garden, I can use the electricity from my solar panels that are not directly on my rooftop. This new model opens up the solar market for the 3 in 4 Americans who don't have their own rooftop space to install solar energy arrays. But who's going to finance this new marketplace? Infrastructure development and capital is required to realize wide-scale community solar. The city had to designate this land to make a community garden. Zipcar had to buy all the Hondas and Chevys that are parked along the curb for me to use when I need them. And Apple had to buy all the hard drives and CPUs, let alone lay the fiber optics and cell phone towers to make the cloud work. My idea is to match shared solar investment with the banks that are closest to serving our own communities. There are 7,000 credit unions across the United States. These are the banks that serve 100 million Americans in their day-to-day checking and saving accounts, home mortgages, home equity loans, auto loans, retirement accounts, and so on and so on. Credit unions hold more than $1 trillion in assets. They are the natural fit for financing community solar because they are already so embedded within our community. In fact, they are made up by our community. The credit union members are also the owners and decision makers. At my credit union in Washington, D.C., I can vote on the board, I can help decide the bank's priorities, and I can introduce my own new ideas. Imagine if credit unions decided to finance community solar gardens on local buildings at the scale of hundreds of kilowatts or megawatts. Credit union members can finance portions of this array for their own use. Other folks who want to come and get the electricity can join the credit union. And the credit union can figure out how to divvy up the system, how to trade, swap, or sell panels when people move, and they can be allocated from member to member. The whole system can be paid for by the credit union as a long-term investment. The fit between credit unions and community solar is such a natural one. With the Catalyst Prize, I want to make a one-stop shop online resource for credit unions, for credit union boards, and for credit union members to turn to in order to develop new community solar projects and solar leasing and financing products. I want to work with the American Association of Credit Union Leagues, the National Association of Federal Credit Unions, and a few pioneering credit unions, like my own, to design and develop the templates and initiatives that can be scaled from credit union to credit union as community solar emerges across these United States. The Catalyst Prize will help to bring the solar finance experts, the creatives, and the coders to the right place for the next step in community solar finance. This crowd, the Catalyst crowd, can make shared solar a reality by bringing the right community initiatives and institutions to bear. Come join me in the light to make community solar a reality. Thank you.